Hey guys, so I have some additional swap items I'm including in my package over to Esme. I thought I'd make some more handmade stuff for her, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and make another cuff um, because I think she liked the one that I made for Vicky. I think. And so this is the cuff that I used for Vicky's bracelet, except it was a lighter pink color, and unfortunately I didn't have any more like this. So as you guys know, I got into it and found out that they had a release for Sizzix that is for these exactly the same thing, really, except they're narrower cuffs that is for jewelry making. And I don't recall the size of this one, so I'm going to measure it. Okay, so this one is 8 inches. Yep, I think it's 8 inches. And they're 5/8 of an inch wide. And so it's not exactly like the one I made for Vicky, but it is very similar in that it's a cuff. And so this is all handmade from scratch since I didn't have one of these pre-made ones to use. And this is the cuff that I used also. I used this die. Again, if you saw my haul, you saw that I got these steel rule dies from Sizzix. These are actually, I ordered them from eBay, and they are movers and shapers dies. So you can cut leather because it is steel rule. And this is the shuttle that they put out. They call it the Movers and Shapers Shuttle. And their instructions are on here. So the magnets stick to the plate, and this is the cutting side. And you only need one plastic plate to go on top of your machine to run it through. So I used some leather. Well, I used some suede that I bought at Michael's, and here's the piece that I showed in a haul earlier. See, here's the base of it. And then I used some pleather that Vicky had also sent to me. It's a good thing that she likes pink, because I know that Esme likes pink too. So I use this faux leather that Vicky had sent to me. It is super soft and super pretty. Look at the colors together. Along with this fawn suede to make Esme's cuff for her. And I'm keeping my other arm out of camera shot because I wanted to show you that first, what I used to make it. And then I also used some of these doilies. You're going to see my wrist come in here pretty soon. I used some of these doilies. I used some of these doilies. And I had bought some of these snaps from Hobby Lobby to make the snap closure for it. It's Beadsmith, and they're really pretty silver plated snaps. And luckily I didn't buy one of those snap things. Luckily I can use my hole puncher from Martha Stewart to go through the leather in any spot to put the snap through. And my husband already had some tools to make to do snaps, so thank you, hubby, for the use of your tools, because I wouldn't be able to finish this to send it out if it weren't for that. I would have had to run out somewhere to get them, and that would have probably been tomorrow. So those are the things that I use other than this glue, and you'll also see some blings that I used on the bracelet, the cuff. Again, I use this because it adheres fabric and metal together, and it is washable, but you can't wash this because it's a suede cuff. It will ruin it if you do that. So if you're ready, here's the cuff. So this is the cuff that I made for Esme. It is quite different from the one that I made for Vicky because it doesn't have the embroidered ribbon roses that I did. I just don't have time to do that. But there's the snap. It's kind of hidden. And then you can see what I've done is layered the pink and the white suede on top of the fawn colored base. And I've used some, there's the doilies. Some of them are on the underside, the darker color, and then some are the cream ones are on the top side. And they're held in place with this little tiny pink heart brad. And this brad doesn't go all the way through to the band, it just goes through the layers of doilies and then is connected to the bracelet with that glue. This is a bling that I had in my stash. I think I might have gotten this from Hobby Lobby. Some little flowers, and I got all of this stuff out of my stash. I didn't buy anything to make this other than the snaps, and that's faux suede. There's another doily there, another little tiny flower, another bling, which is where it sits on top because the snap is on the bottom. That bling sits on the top, and then around the side there is another doily and bling, and then another doily at the end. So let me take this off, and it just unsnaps. It should come off rather easily, and I can show it to you like this. Now hopefully when I sent Vicky hers, she put it on when she showed it on the video, and she put it on the same snap that I had it on, because there was two on the Prima one, and it's actually this one's the same length. This is why I chose this one. It's the same length, and the buttons are in the same spot as the Prima one. See, you can't see the buttons anymore. So I made it exactly the same because Vicky, I thought this might have been too big for her. So for Esme's one, I made it the exact same length. So Esme, if this doesn't fit you, you need to let me know. If it had, actually on me, it's a little bit big. And I think I prefer that because I don't like it really tight to my wrist. I don't like things really tight to my wrist. And I also, because I type at a computer every day, I don't like dangling things because they bang it and then they make a lot of noise. And when you're at the office, that's not so good. So, I have it kind of loose, and hopefully everything should stay on there because, like I said, that glue is a very good glue. It's good for metal and fabric pieces. And so the way that I did this is you could still see that layer of white behind it, and it offsets the pink, and you see how the petals kind of curl up a little bit. That was on purpose. I didn't want it to be all flat. See how that works there? And then this is the underside, and you don't see any of the work, but this is the suede that actually touches your skin. It's not uncomfortable or itchy or anything like that, or scratchy, because the suede is really, really soft. And then the underside of the leather also has, or the pleather, I guess you call it, has a treated piece to it, and it's also soft. So that touching your skin shouldn't irritate you. But this is the cuff that I made for Esme, and it's only at the widest points, it's only 1.5 inches maybe wide with the leaves here. So it's not that wide, and it fits comfortably on me. So hopefully, Esme, it will fit very well on you because I used a longer bracelet piece. So there's the cuff. But wait, there's more. To match Esme's lace book, I made a dangle charm for it. And because it's a purse, it's always nice to have a little charm for it, right? So I had some more of the trim that I used for her hand, the strap of her purse. And I know they have a lot of like keychains like this where it's like a fold piece and it's sewn. So I basically took it and folded it in half, and then put the these little crimped edges have a loop on them, so I just crimped the two edges together, and that's how I hung it on this little heart split ring, which is really cute. And then I put an E for her initials, and then I did this little heart here. It kind of reminds me of a tilde heart, kind of wonky, or prim, I guess. I filled it with the Tim Holtz Distress glitter. And then I put some of the, what do you call that? Dimensional Magic from Mod Podge over top of it. And unfortunately, this was kind of a happy accident, but unfortunately there were some air bubbles in it. So when it dried, I noticed that there was just a few little air bubbles in there. So to cover those spots, I used some little tiny nail art bling that are little flowers to cover it. And it's kind of, you know, random. So there's 4 of them in there. And so I hung that on the keychain as well as this little charm here. This, I think this is a necklace connector or something like that. It's got all the same colors that I used in her purse, and I thought that would really match kind of the projects that I did for her. So this is also going to Esme in her swap package. So these are the 2 things that I made for her and Esme. I hope you enjoy them, and I will talk to you guys soon, and happy crafting. Bye now.